Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Bitcoin, lots of volatility as the FOMC meeting opened and came to a close yesterday as we got the results that rates are increasing. Increasing rates, usually nothing good for anything except for the dollar. The Federal Reserve is increasing its rates for the banks, and this will have a waterfall effect on the general public, just like you and I. So if the banks have a higher interest rate, if they're going to borrow money from the Federal Reserve, we ultimately will get a higher interest rate to borrow money from the banks. So yesterday, fake pump into a quick dump, about a 10% dump. We saw our descending wedge get retested, and now we are continuing the downside. Bitcoin overall not showing any true signs of trend reversal. I've talked about this several times on Twitter, my Discord, and on the live streams. We very much have bearish price action, very distributive type qualities. Bitcoin seeing volume going up, price coming down, making lower lows. And overall, this is very, very bearish. MACD and RSI, no true signs of divergence or trend reversal. Nothing that really tells me that we're in any type of position to have a nice big relief rally or a big upward swing. You know, we know that nothing ever moves in a straight line to the downside. We have these 10-ish% green days, and you know, we know that the whales are selling into pumps, into little relief rallies. So what they'll do is they'll sell, they'll sell off. We'll go sideways, maybe a little bit of up. They'll sell more into these pumps, we'll dump. They'll sell more into these pumps, we'll dump. And even yesterday, pumping this 20%, they went ahead and sold a lot. And there's been numerous amounts of inflows during this time period. Again, nothing that really tells me that we're in any type of shape to accumulate, to start a new bull market, to go to all-time highs. Will there be a big relief rally? Yes. I think that we'll move 20, 30, 50% at some point. I mean, I know we moved 20% over the last couple of days, but as a general swing trade, 50 to 75%, I think it's very much in the cards. But for now, Bitcoin's not looking the greatest. Bitcoin is looking to really test this 30K level. No signs of bullish reversal patterns, no signs of bullish really anything so far. Stocks facing possible recession. Looking to go into a small recession period. We've discussed that rate hikes, rates rising, the only positive inquiry for that is the value of the dollar. I mean, ultimately, this is to reset inflation. As we know, inflation is at an all-time high. I believe it's at a 4-week high just in general, and the rate of inflation is not slowing down. But overall, stocks looking to break their 50-weekly moving averages. We saw earlier this week that the S&P 500 broke its 50-weekly and is now back above. Although this is a good in the short term, I think we're just testing this moving average, and once we lose it again, whether it be next week or the week after, we will certainly start to go down and possibly test this 200. If we make the two meet, we're talking about a 9 month to 1 year long recession, and overall, I mean, about a 25% decrease. So if the S&P 500 drops 25%, what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, during the COVID crash, stocks dropped about 20 to 30%. The main index funds dropped 20 to 30%. And Bitcoin lost about 60% of its value from where it currently was very quickly. And, I think Bitcoin could lose 60% of its value from here. And what would that spell? Well, that would spell more or less losing the 20,000, the 17,500 level, and possibly looking to test the 13 and 10K levels. But moving on, the NASDAQ, again, closing below its 50 weekly, having a double top, confirming a double top, and I drew some lines just to show if we do go into a recession, if we do continue lower, I don't think it'll just be a sharp knife down. I don't think that's what's in the cards. I think we're due for a prolonged period of reset, whether it be with stocks, whether it be with real estate. I mean, guys, used cars are up 2 times their value from I believe about 2 years ago. Just something to keep in mind. And lastly, the Dow Jones, double top, closing below the 50, retesting the 50 today. I mean, good for you, Dow Jones. You're starting to make people think you're in recovery mode, but as we know, this is more or less just a retest, and next week we should see red. I mean, the news that we received is nothing bullish to begin with. And just to further conclude, guys, I always talk about the DXY on live stream. The DXY is showing a double bottom, double bottom on the weekly, an uptrend. We ended up retesting this prior level of resistance, and now we're continuing higher. This week is very much a breakout from this flag. If we go to a daily real fast, just draw some quick little lines here. I mean, we very much have a breakout, a retest, and a breakout. Things are looking very bullish for the DXY. I'd be very surprised if it didn't continue higher over the next couple months. It's got a very bullish structure. I know the Federal Reserve and the government is trying to promote the value of the dollar, trying to bring back the value of the dollar, ultimately to decrease inflation. And lastly, guys, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin dominance. So over about the last year, Bitcoin dominance has bottomed out at about the 40% level. We are currently seeing a possible triple bottom, which is a bullish reversal pattern. And even within that triple bottom, there is a double bottom that's been confirmed and the neckline back tested. This is very bullish reversal-like for Bitcoin. And as we know, when Bitcoin starts outperforming altcoins, we are definitely heading into a bearish trend or a bear market. Altcoins will slowly bleed as Bitcoin starts to outperform them on pumps and on dumps. We know that alts typically dump harder as Bitcoin when Bitcoin dumps. So that's kind of why I'm leaning more towards a bear market, a prolonged bear market. And overall, I mean, we still have a lot of room to grow with dominance to even get to a possible top. If we break out of this screen in purple line, it's going to spell doom for all of your altcoins, not just Ethereum, not just Dogecoin, all of them. All of them will bleed, and a lot of them may or may not lose about 99% of their value if we're not careful, because we know that alts are technically an over dramatic reaction to what Bitcoin's doing. So if Bitcoin pumps, alts should pump harder. If Bitcoin dumps, well, alts should dump harder. If you really want to get your dump on, buy some altcoins. If you want to try and scoop up this market opportunity, I would suggest dollar cost averaging. So guys, just to wrap up this video, I just want to say thanks so much for all the support you've given me over the last 3 to 4 months. I started my Twitter, came from TradingView, and started YouTube and live streaming, and it means a lot to me that a lot of you are supportive and wanting more content. And with all that said, guys, if you like the content, please give a big like to this video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm dropping videos Tuesdays and Thursdays, just little daily updates, 5 to 10 minutes long. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe out there.